Hi everyone, this is Team Poplar, and we are giving you guys a technology presentation over virtual reference. Hi everyone. In order to present over this topic, we must first give a definition. So, what is virtual reference, or VR? According to the American Library Association, virtual reference is defined as a reference service initiated electronically, often in real time, where patrons employ computers or other internet technology to communicate with reference staff without being physically present. Communication channels used frequently in virtual reference include chat, video conferencing, voice over IP, co browsing, email, and even instant messaging. This is Team. Included in this slide are just a few pictures of what virtual reference looks like in our day in society. Now, what is the plan for virtual reference technology? Here's a description. Our technology plan is to install virtual reference software at an academic library, specifically a community college within the urban area of Houston. This software will condense all forms of virtual reference into one suite for ease of use for librarians. Students will be able to hold asynchronous video chats with librarians to ask questions, and the librarian can even share her screen with the student to demonstrate database searches on the screen. Students will also be able to chat live through IM and SMS, send an email, or make an old-fashioned phone call. Additionally, virtual reference services are needed, they're in demand, and especially important during this time of COVID-19, as well as during this period of continued growth of distance learning throughout higher education. Poplar. In this slide, you will see a few pictures of what virtual reference technology looks like in our society. Many of these pictures have become very familiar with many of us in today's atmosphere. And we are giving you guys a tip. To dig a little deeper, we must ask, what research has been conducted on virtual referencing? Recent research shows that the popularity of virtual reference is growing among higher education students. Mawini 2020 found that while face-to-face reference remains a preferred method, users value certain attributes of virtual reference. Students are more interested in what will be the quickest and easiest way to answer their reference questions, according to Chow and Craxton 2014. Additionally, Mawini cites evidence that convenience and immediacy of virtual reference are very important to users. Even more so, participants indicated a general preference for chat on laptop or desktop and not a mobile device. Patrons prefer methods of communication that are personal, informal, safe, secure, and even conversational. Technology presentation over virtual reference. In this slide, we see face-to-face communication taking place, which is the preferred method by most university students. However, virtual reference is effective and it also comes in handy. Research and advocacy continued. The office research shows that according to the Department of Education, in 2017, more than 3 million students were registered exclusively in distance learning courses. Distance learners are also more likely to be employed full-time, giving them less time to be physically present at the library. Chelsea, Lowe, and Pazier 2020 state that according to the American Library Association, or the ALA Reference and User Services Association guideline, librarians are charged with designing services that reflect the needs of the community, and this includes distance learning. Also, the authors point to an effort at the University of Albany that states after the university library implemented a chat invitation or Ask Us, chat numbers doubled. Research and advocacy continued. Additionally, while a student survey found that most would prefer face-to-face reference, they also viewed virtual reference as positive. Students gave examples of flexible hours, not having to leave the house in bad weather, less time spent driving back to campus, and that the service is available even if you do not have a laptop as reasons why they find virtual reference positive. Feedback from librarians was generally positive as well. The librarian surveyed noted that virtual reference would be useful to students in many subject areas, and once it is well known, it will become even more popular. Meeting this need for students aligns with the core values of service and access. Our library is an academic library at a community college within an urban area. The three-story building houses an impressive and vast collection for a community college, which does not have the large budget found at larger universities. There are three reference librarians working on each floor at all times. Two computer areas host nearly 50 desktops for student use. There are multiple open seating areas and a couple dozen study cubicles. Our library has three circulation clerks at the checkout desk. There's also a cafe inside the library. The library is visited by students who are mainly commuters, so there is often a need to come to the library for a quiet place to read, conduct research, and work on assignments. During this time of COVID-19, the library is less frequented by students.
Shown below is the first floor of the library visitors see upon entry, the library stacks, as well as the convenient cafe found within the library for students to access for food and drink.
Now, the library values. Our library values are as follows. The values of the community college library rest on the same set of core values as the American Library Association. Our values include access, privacy, diversity, education and lifelong learning, service, and social responsibility to all.
The need for virtual reference aligns with the library's value of service and access to patrons during pandemic, when many would not otherwise be able to access library resources as usual. The persona for our library is Jenny. She is a 19-year-old young lady of Latinx descent who attends the community college while majoring in English. She lives at home with her parents and younger siblings. Jenny participates daily in the upbringing of her siblings and helps her parents with cooking and housekeeping. Jenny also works at Starbucks part-time when she is not at school. Additionally, Jenny is involved in student clubs at school and local community organizations. She is a thoughtful and organized individual. Jenny is also bilingual, speaking both English and Spanish. She values family, achievement, and time management. Shown below is a picture of our persona, Jenny. Does meeting the need align with the persona's values? Implementing virtual reference at Jenny's community college aligns with her value of family, which is especially important during this uncertain period surrounding COVID-19. Aside from the essential places, Jenny tries to prevent public spaces and frequenting them as often as possible to decrease the chances of exposing her family to the virus. Using virtual reference instead of going to the library in person will increase her chances of staying healthy. Jenny's value of achievement aligns with virtual reference because using the library's services will help her be successful in her college career. Jenny is on a scholarship, works in a study group, and actively monitors her GPA. The need for virtual reference also aligns with Jenny's value of time management. Due to her busy schedule with school, work, and family, she is time challenged and needs the immediacy of this particular service. Pre-existing resources to support the need. The virtual reference software will be downloaded on desktop computers and laptops already in use at the community college library and will be stored in the cloud. The computers all have existing webcams with microphones for voice communication. We will use the existing library Wi-Fi service provided by the college. There will be very little hardware costs. We will also add 5 noise-canceling headphones set with microphones. Librarians have access to 40 iPads with existing accompanying Apple earbuds with microphones that are available in the library to also use when answering questions from students through the software technology. The mobility provided by these lightweight tablets allow reference librarians to move about different spaces to complete other tasks while using the iPads to answer questions from students as they come in through the device. The Join Me software is also downloaded to these portable devices and backed up in the cloud. Technology inventory. The technology inventory list can be seen below. iPads, 40 units. Apple earbuds, 40 units. Computers with webcams, 50 units. Laptops with built-in webcams, 20 units. And noise-canceling headphones, 5 units. There is also Wi-Fi service. The virtual reference technology space plan is pictured below. The stars in red denote where Join Me software will be downloaded to existing network desktop computers. Some of these rooms include the Faculty Staff Center, the Computer Classroom, the Circulation Desk, the Circulation Workroom, Group Study Rooms, as well as the Computer Classroom. The implementation plan includes the needed resources, services, and the budget for the virtual reference service. We researched and evaluated several different software platforms that offer virtual reference services. We chose to implement the Join Me software program. The service is inexpensive at $20 per month and is the only service that does not require students to download software when joining a meeting. The screen sharing, audio, and chat features were easy to use, and the function windows could be stacked, allowing librarians to share their screens, chat, and still see the patron's webcam window. Our technology edition will also require the purchase of a headset. We chose Cohen E7 Pro Active Noise Cancelling Bluetooth Wireless Headphones for $70, available on Amazon. Shown below are the Join Me software on the various hardware devices that they will be installed on with their logo. Implementation plan continued. This describes the needed resources, services, and the budget. The Join Me software is $20 a month, and for 120 months, or in other words 10 years, the cost will be $2,400. For the Cohen E7 Pro Active Noise Cancelling Bluetooth Wireless Headphones, they will be $70 each from Amazon, and with 5 pairs, this will cost a total of $350. The installation will be installed by librarians and therefore no additional cost. Staff training is also implemented and is found on the website, and phases of use will be discussed in staff meetings, so this also does not add additional cost to our budget. Marketing costs will include $100 for print marketing, and all other forms of marketing will be done through existing library social media platforms, website, university departments, and college listservs. Assessing the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to our program. The strengths include that there's no disruption in service, patrons are able to have reference from home and from other places external from the library, it is instant, and students feel comfortable already with technology. Weaknesses include the promotion, cost, personnel costs, and lack of internet access at home for a number of students to be able to access the virtual reference. Opportunities include increase in distance learners. The COVID-19 precautions can be taken into consideration, as well as increased access to reference and virtual reference during COVID-19. Threats include a lack of awareness of this campus program. Implementation plan continued. This talks about the staff training, marketing, and the Gantt chart. The goal is to have the service in place by the beginning of the academic spring semester at our community college, which starts on January 19th, 2021. The library assistant manager, head of the working group, will be responsible for training reference librarians on the virtual reference software. The manager will create a how-to guide for web conferencing software, best practices for video conferences, and practice consultations. He will create an internal library guide to walk the librarians through the steps, including a section on how to schedule virtual reference appointments. The assistant manager will also hold workshops during regular work hours. To roll out the new program, the working group decided to brand the virtual reference service A+. The A stands for Answers, Anytime, Anywhere. Marketing starts by word of mouth and posted signs and flyers in the library. Next, emails and social media ads will promote awareness. We will then reach out to all college departments to inform them of the program so they can promote from within to their students with an emphasis on distance learning. The following shows the Gantt chart for our virtual reference. Beginning on January 4th, 2021, the library guide and staff how-to guide will be created. This will take 10 days to complete. Starting on January 5th, 2021, the installation of Join Me will occur on computers and iPads. This will take 4 days to complete. Starting on January 14th, 2021, workshops for staff on usage will take place, and this will take 2 days to complete. On January 14th, 2021, advertising and signage will be created. The next day, on January 15th, 2021, email advertisements will be sent for distribution, and this will take 1 day to complete. And on January 16th, 2021, social media advertising will be posted, and this will take 2 days to finish. On January 16th, 2021, additional campus signage will also be posted, and this will take 2 days to complete. Email advertising by departments will be distributed, and this will occur on January 18th, 2021, and this will take 1 day to complete. Student classes will begin on January 19th, 2021, and this will happen in 1 day.
Virtual Reference Marketing Plan. Our target audience are all of the community college students. Social media platforms include the library's Twitter page, the library's Facebook page, and the library's homepage.
Shown below is our target audience, undergraduate students at our community college. Shown below are images that represent the different social media accounts that will be used to advertise and for the marketing plan for our virtual reference. These include Facebook, the Facebook page for our campus library, the library website, as well as the Twitter page for our library.
Additional advertising tools include individual school department email mailing lists to students, Writing Center mailing lists, Writing Center signage, library signage, campus signage on bulletin boards in classroom hallways, targeting writing and English credit courses. Virtual Reference Assessment Plan. Our evaluation of the project will be measured by tracking the number of participants in the first year of the program. With an average of 90,000 visits to the community college library per year, we anticipate a 1% participation in the first year. This would reach approximately 900 students. We would like to double this to 2% the following year. The working group will hold a bi-monthly 1-hour meeting to share ideas and discuss additional ways to increase the impact of the project. The project group will send past participants a survey to solicit feedback to see how the virtual reference service can be improved. Our SMART goals are as follows. Specific, make virtual reference more accessible and convenient for students by increasing 1% usage of Join Me each semester. Measurable, analytics from Join Me with statistics on students assessing virtual reference. Attainable, reference librarians. Relevant, realistic. Students will use virtual reference and reassess the value of librarians. Gains in access and usership. Time-based. The deadline is the end of the 2021 spring semester.
Having SMART goals is essential for the success that is measurable for this project with virtual reference. The S stands for specific goals, M represents measurable ones, A shows that they need to be attainable, R shows that they are relevant, and T shows that they are time-bound to be completed by a specific end date.
How will the assessment of the goals be conducted? Assessment of the goals SMART will be done by using Join Me's analytics of the video conferencing, instant messaging, short message service, voice over internet protocols, telephone calls, co-browsing, or email to see how frequently students are using each of these. By measuring and recording these numbers, it will be calculated if the goal is 1% increase in usage is being achieved each semester. The number of times each of these methods of communication are used through Join Me will be recorded and logged to be able to look back on for continued analysis. Overall, virtual reference at the community college will join the many ways in which libraries are already working to respond to the pandemic. These measures will help meet the usual needs of students throughout their academic studies, as well as solving problems with accessibility that COVID-19 has presented and may continue to present. The implementation plan has been carefully crafted with the pandemic in mind to help students start off 2021 with additional resources and make it a semester with even more resources and one where librarians will continue to support and provide help to them in many ways.
Shown below are our references, including Mawini's user preferences related to virtual reference services in an academic library from the Journal of Academic Librarianship, Chow and Croxton's information-seeking behavior and reference medium preferences, differences between faculty, staff, and students from Reference and User Services Quarterly, Chelsea, Lowe, and Puzier's Can You See Me Now? Engaging Distance Learners Through Virtual Reference Consultations from the Journal of Academic Librarianship.